Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in for another video. Today we're going to be working on my friend Calvin's 2019 Dodge Challenger SXT. It does have some modifications to it. As you guys can see, he has a cold air intake already. I think he did some exhaust modifications too, but he's been eyeballing this Ripp Supercharger coil pack kit, so he finally received it. So he's been anxious to get it installed. So today we're actually going to install this, do a quick unboxing and see how it looks, how it performs. All right, so it's time to see what's inside this box. Ripp Superchargers. Whoa. That looks really nice. This orange color to it. Man, that is nice. I'm not sure what's the difference in voltage output, but man, right off the bat, these look impressive. Very beautiful. Let's see what else. Oh, okay, and we got the boots. So these are be going on the coil packs. I'll show you guys real quick how we're gonna put them on. So this gonna go just like this, and that's it. This is ready to install. If you know anything about coil packs, you know that the competition, I guess, for this would be MSD, and there's usually red, but the orange, you know, doesn't look that bad. I really do like the way it's packaged, you know, nice and neat. It's really good for shipping, and you know, nothing's gonna get damaged. Some advice: if you guys do happen to have it with you, you can get some boot lubricant, so in the future when you gotta take this off your engine, you're not gonna be stuck to the plugs. Right now we don't have it, and the Ripp Supercharger didn't come with any boot lubricant, so this will be fine though. But this is just, you know, if you never plan on taking these off, so you're looking at like years from now, it might get stuck to the plug from here. Or does it have some already in it? Actually, it includes the boot lubricant inside of there already, so one step ahead. All right, so let's start working on this thing. I think this cover just pops right off. Nothing to it. There it is. That's one side. Let's grab the back. All right, so now that I pulled off the engine cover, I see that this job is gonna be so easy as I thought. It's nothing like a Hemi where everything's accessible. So all the coil packs on this side, they're underneath the intake manifold. So the good thing that I seen and I noticed after I really inspected everything, besides all the sensors and the vacuum lines that got to be disconnected, this intake manifold is a two-piece intake manifold. It's the top plenum and the bottom plenum. So we have two sets of bolts over here. These right here, that we just take off the top part of the intake manifold. So that means we don't have to take off the fuel rail, the fuel injectors, and have a lot of things exposed. So this is going to be a little bit easier than I thought. All right, since we're going to be taking off this intake manifold, we already looked at the instructions and we pretty much got all the equipment and the tools that we need to start doing this job. So for a quick rundown, we got some 8mm, 10mm, and 13mm sockets. The wrenches, open end wrenches, we got 13mm, 10mm, just a regular screwdriver. We got my little socket over here and some wire cutters to cut off all those piece of cable ties. So that should be enough to start doing this job. Besides the actual torque wrenches we're going to be using to torque everything down, let's go ahead and get started and start removing everything we got to do. And, okay, that should come right off. There it is. Got that off. Now we're going to have to cut that right there. It's a little cable tie. Some of the harness. All right, here's a quick tip for you guys. So if you're planning on taking off this intake manifold, you're definitely going to have to take off this bracket right here on this intake manifold. Towards the back on the passenger side, there's a metal clip or bracket that if you don't take this off, you're not going to be able to slide this intake manifold off. So this comes off. I know there's a bolt on the bottom which you can't see, but we have to take this one off. And on the opposite side of the intake manifold, you're going to have that one right there, and then this one right here. I'm sure you guys can see that. It's right there. And by taking those two off, this should slide right out after you, of course, you take off the main bolts for the intake manifold. Let's see. So we'll just lift it up a little bit. There we go. Does everything look clear underneath? Any wire sticking out?
I don't think so.
We're good?
Yep.
All right, let's grab one side. You guys can see intake manifold's off. We do have the green seals. So my friend that works at Dodge told me if it has the green seals, then these are reusable. But if your car is low mileage and you have the blue ones, then you're still fine. But just know that when you have a high mileage 3.6 and you don't have the green ones, green seals, you have to replace them. But now that the intake manifold is off, all these coil packs are exposed, so it's time to actually install the Ripp Supercharger coils. Alright, so unlike the Hemi intake manifolds, these actually have some alignment pins. This little piece of plastic sticking up right there, that little pin right there. So it makes it a lot easier to align it, unlike the Hemi, because you have to rely on the bolts to align those. So this is pretty nice. But pretty much I just double checked this intake manifold, make sure there was nothing there, no debris. Everything looks good. Just got a rag, wiped it down. So this thing is ready to be back installed. Alright, let's go ahead and take off this tape. Hopefully the seal doesn't come off. Stay on there. Okay, we're good to go. My helper is gonna bring this intake manifold and I'm gonna guide it into the brackets over here. Just grab one side. All right. Might want to lift it up a little bit, slightly raised. Put this in right here. Okay, now it should go right in. There it is. Perfectly aligned, and now we know we didn't drop anything in there, so we're good to go. All right, so now we got just hand tying all these. I just get the little extension that I have, and then we can actually torque everything down to the specifications that my friend told me it should be. So just by hand. Okay, you can only go so far by hand. So now it's time to actually get the torque wrench and torque everything down to 96 inch-pounds, and that'll be it for that. And everything else goes along fairly smoothly. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we're gonna have to do one more time because I was still able to get a turn on it, so it's not fully set yet. So one more time. 1, 2, 3. What's that? Oh. 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, everything's buttoned up, everything's torqued down. We replaced the cable ties that were ripped and damaged, so everything looks good. So now it's time to put everything back together. But one thing is that we didn't mention in the video is we're going to be switching things up a little bit. We're going to be getting rid of that K&N intake, and we're going to be switching to a AFE cold air intake. So we have the box here, and let's go ahead and open this up and see what's inside. But this is what's going to go in the car now. We have just the filter. Oh, okay. Comes with a license plate, some stickers, and I think, what is that in there? Oh, okay, it's the little duct. Carbon fiber. Oh, that's nice. This is the duct for the headlight. This looks legit. This is 100% carbon fiber. See the fibers in there. That is nice. All right, so let's just put this back in the box and let's open up the one on the bottom. I like the way they package their product, that's for sure. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Look at that. Okay, Momentum GT. So now I know. We're going to be using the Momentum GT colder intake for the SXD Dodge Challenger. Pretty sure this is the same for the other cars besides the duct itself. I'm pretty sure this is the exact same part that will be either on a 5.7 or 6.4. Okay, here's one of the ducts. Open this up. Very nice. Okay. Oh, that is pretty. Look at that. That's a nice attention to detail. That's very impressive. I like this a lot. Then we just got some attachments for the piece of tubing. Some more. There's a cap of some sort. I don't know where that goes to, but I guess that cap goes right here. Yeah, that's what this goes to. This cap right here goes right here, just in case you don't get that duct. Okay, and here obviously I'm going to say this is the actual air filter. Whoa, that's a very large air filter. Okay, it says AFE performance on the inside. Oh, AFE power. All right, so we unboxed this Momentum GT Stage 2 colder intake kit. You guys know what we're going to install in this car now, so it's time to get the one that's in here, at least what's left of it. Let's remove it. So all we got to do is take off this hex key right there. I mean use this hex key to take off this bolt, and reuse that grommet that's right there, and pretty much we'll start following the instructions on the install. Just put this on the floor over here, get out of the way. You know, for curiosity, I want to see how this sits in there, just like that. Does it sit into that groove? Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah, that's what it's going to look when it's installed. We are going to have to take off this to put that duct. Here's a trim seal. This goes on the bottom of the airbox. Let's put this on. These are always a little tricky because you don't want to drop anything, so let's try that. All right, so how's that look? Pretty good. So that's first step. Make sure everything's tight. All right, take a look at that. Trim seal is in. So let me show you that duct we're going to be putting on the headlight. It's going to be this one, this beautiful carbon fiber piece. And before we can put it on, there's actually a cap on the headlight. You guys can see it right there. It's very simple to take off. There's 3 tabs. You got to depress them and it pops right out. So let's go ahead and do that very quickly. As you can see, there's 1, 2, and 3. That's it. It should pop right out. Oops, there it goes. So there it is. You got that opening. We're gonna be putting right through the duct to this colder intake. So let's pop this colder intake back up, and let's put this in. Everything should fit perfectly because we're not gonna use that rubber cap that came with the kit. So this is just like the Hellcat bottom air box. It looks really nice. So just pop this right in, and there it is. Pretty slick looking setup, don't you think? So now let's try to position everything back in without scratching anything, and this is going to sit in the car and stay there. So just like that, and yeah, there it is, perfectly aligned. That looks pretty good. Check it out from over here. Came out pretty nice. You can see that. It's a clean setup. That carbon fiber piece looks really nice. All right, so before we can even put this tubing over here, we actually got to put this bracket on, and this bracket goes right here. And the grommet that sits in is right here, so we gotta somehow manage to get this groove into there, and then Anyways, we'll make it work. So let's go ahead and take off this protective covering. We'll just put this hand tightened for now till I get the hex key and tighten that up. All right, after some muscle, we finally got this grommet in. So it's gonna fit in there perfectly. I already put a little bit of oil, so that should slide right in. But now before we can put this in, we still gotta put the mass airflow sensor. And it takes this grommet, this little bushing that goes inside, and then like that, then finally we can put this into that. All right, so we finally got this mass airflow sensor installed. It was kind of tricky. We were trying to be careful not to damage anything, so we got it in. It's good to go. So now this part is ready. So we already put the hoses on and the clamps. So let's just slide this in, and hopefully everything aligns perfectly with no hiccups. All right, that's good to go. Let's go ahead and put this into the mass airflow sensor. Okay. Okay, that's nice and tight. So here's the air filter, and it looks like it has some notches in it, so yeah, it should pop right in. And it sure does. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. That's ready to go. So now we just gotta put the rest of the ducting in, and this install should be complete, besides the missing bolt. Okay, that went fairly easy. Okay, that's good to go. All right, that's pretty much how it's gonna look now. Just gotta tighten up the rest of the clamps, and that's it. All right, guys, so we're 5 hours into this project, and it looks like we're finally done. We pulled off the intake manifold, installed the high discharge coil packs, put the AFE Momentum GT Stage 2 cold air intake. And if you know something, it looks really good. I'm really anxious to actually hear it run. I'm not sure how much performance gains we're gonna get out of it, but you know something? This looks really good. It was worth all the work that we did. Oh yeah. All right, so it turned on, so we have no problems. Let's check. All right, we got no check engine lights, so that's all good. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Go hit the throttle. Just listen to it. Definitely feel the air. Yeah. All right. That's good. Yeah, that's good, man. All right, so it's all good news, man. Everything turned out. No check engine lights. We're finally done with this project. Well, guys, if you guys like this content, hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys till next time.